Hey everybody, welcome. I'm so excited about today. We're finally getting our studio set up. It's brand new. Now it's not 100% done yet. We're gonna have some shelves hanging out right here and some shelves right here. But we have a whiteboard in the studio. That means I can actually sit down, hit record, and teach you guys some really cool marketing knowledge that goes hand in hand with Facebook strategy, SEO strategy, PPC, pay-per-click, Google AdWords, Facebook, all of your different marketing avenues. So today I want to talk about lesson one, the very first thing that you should be thinking about before you even turn on a Facebook ad or post on social media. Now, if you've already posted or already running ads, that's completely fine, but ask yourself a couple of questions. One being, what stage is my customer at that I'm targeting? What am I doing to get them to the next level? Now, you're probably a little confused. What stage? What level? What are you talking about? Let me explain. Today I want to talk to you guys about the situational theory of Publix. Now, the best way to describe the situational theory of Publix is with a giant triangle. Now, you can be thinking of this like a triangle, like a pyramid, or a ladder, right? And inside of this triangle, you have your customers, where they are in relationship to you and your business, right? Or with a certain campaign that you're running or anything like that. This is your legend on your map, kind of saying, okay, this is where the customer is at. This is what it means to my business. I need to run this type of campaign. All right, so let's break it down. Let's break down the levels. The very bottom, you have the apathetic group. Now this apathetic group, sorry guys, I'm awful with spelling. You're going to find that out. I'm awful with spelling. But the apathetic group is, these are people that just don't care about your business. They don't care about your product. They don't care about your service. No matter how much money you spend, you're not going to convert them. Or you can spend $10,000 on Facebook ads, but that guy won't wear makeup, right? Because he's a cowboy and makeup is feminine. Who knows, right? There's a million different reasons why someone will not be our customer. It doesn't matter if we spend $10,000 in this group, they're not going to convert. So why are we even going to spend a dime, right? Might as well just flip it, flip it on the street and let someone else pick that up. Because when you spend money on this group, you're just giving money away, right? It doesn't matter if you're printing posters, putting in places, running Facebook ads. It doesn't matter. You're just giving money away. So what we want to focus on are the groups that come next. The next group up is the unaware. Now the unaware group could be your customers, but they could not be your customers. This is where market research comes into play. But typically this group, they just don't know who you are. They have no idea that you exist, or that maybe your product exists, or that your product is a solution to their problem. At times, they might not even be aware that they have a problem, right? And that's why you need to take this general model and mold it to each one of your campaigns and who you're targeting, because it can vary. So you have apathetic, unaware, and the next stage up is aware. Now these are people that are aware that you exist, they know about your product, and they might know that your product is the solution to their problem, but they haven't bought anything yet. They haven't converted into an actual customer, right? Now, a lot of people on your Facebook, a lot of people on your Instagram, they fall into this category. They know you exist, they like your post, they had a love, a heart reaction to it or anything like that. But they just haven't purchased yet. Now, how cool would it be that you could go down to your local bank and say, hey, I have 2,000 likes on this post. Can I get $2,000 for it? Oh, that'd be so cool, but it just doesn't work that way, right? You can't change likes for money, right? The customer actually has to convert. So that's why we have at this very top level, we have your active, okay? These are the people that are your customers and they've purchased from you. So it's very, very important to note that a customer cannot skip these levels, right? They have to go from one to another. They can't go from unaware to active, right? I have to learn about a product before I purchase it. That learning process can be very, very quick, right? So let me give you an example. If I'm a dad and I know that my daughter really, really wants a certain calculator, for school, right? It's the more expensive one. It'll make her math a lot easier. Like, as boring as that sounds, a calculator for school, right? But she wants it because it's going to make it easier for her. It's probably an awful example, right? But I don't have to learn about that calculator. I just have to know that she wants it, right? And so she's already aware of the solutions of the calculator, and she just convinced me that it's the solution, and so I bought it. So who actually had the education? The daughter did, right? And she became aware. You had to educate her that that was the solution. All right, so you have to go from one step to the next. It doesn't matter, like, you can't skip them, right? It can be very quick. It can be 10 seconds of information learning. And we're going to talk about the motivation and what actually gets people to convert a little bit later, what gets people to move across these steps. But every campaign, you know, every post, every campaign you run on Facebook, Google AdWords, every article you put out with SEO, think about this. Is this article that I'm putting on my blog, is this to get people that have no idea what SEO is to know about SEO so they're aware? Or is it to get them to know about me and my business because they know what SEO is, but they just don't know that Moz or Ahrefs or any of those are the solution to their problems? So is it to educate them about the product, the problem? See where I'm going with this? You have to be thinking about what am I writing, what am I doing, what content am I putting out, and how is it going to affect my target audience? And the cool thing about this, the really cool thing is once you start getting a flow of people going from one level to the next, it comes on a never-ending flow, right? You have campaigns getting people from unaware to aware, aware to active, and these people that you got from unaware to aware, eventually they're going to go to active. So you have to be thinking, okay, how am I going to move my audience up this list? Now, once you start doing that, once you really get into the groove and your marketing, your brand awareness campaigns are working, something really, really cool happens. And that's at the very top of the pyramid, okay? Right up here, these are what you call your evangelists. These are people that love your product, they love your service, and it doesn't matter, you know, like they're gonna be doing the marketing for you, right? They're the type of people that are like, oh my goodness, you have to see this movie. This movie was the best movie I've seen in a really, really long time, right? Because of that, the producer, the movie, the marketers for it, they don't have to convince their friends to go see it. Their friend just did it for them. Or, oh my goodness, this is the best hamburger. This is the best Italian food that I've ever had. You guys have to try it. Now, that restaurant doesn't have to spend a dime on converting their friends because the evangelist already did it for them. How cool is that, right? You want your audience to be full of evangelists. And again, I'm going to be talking about a little bit later, how do we get your customers to that point where they do the marketing for you? That's the sweet spot. That's when you just turn on a switch and a never-ending flow comes in, okay? So this right here, like I said, is a situational theory of publics. And what we're going to be doing with it is every marketing campaign that we build together, everything that I teach you is going to be based off of this, the situational theory of publics. Okay, it's a public relations term. Anyways, so I'm super excited to have this new space. I'm excited to have this whiteboard because we're going to be diving into